Hello, my dear students. This is Sonia Kaushik, and today I'm going to give you a brief idea what is double helical structure of DNA that is given by Watson and Crick. So Watson and Crick give the double helical structure of DNA in 1953 after the DNA diffraction experiment that was done by Franklin and Wilkins. So according to Watson and Crick model, DNA is having a double helix that have two complementary strands that are antiparallel in direction. One is having 3' to 5' direction and other one is having 5' to 3' direction. Alright, and this helix, this is made up of sugar and phosphate. This blue color structure, this is sugar, and this yellow color structure shown, this is sugar. This is the blue color structure is sugar and this yellow color structure is phosphate. So structure is having alternate sugar and phosphate. This is sugar, phosphate, sugar, phosphate, sugar, phosphate. So this backbone of helix is made up of sugar and phosphate. Now what are these colored structures? My dear students, these colored structures are nitrogenous bases that may be A, T, G, C, purines and pyrimidines. Adenine and guanine, these are purines, and cytosine and thymine, these are pyrimidines. So if we talk about nitrogenous bases, so guanine always pair with cytosine and adenine always pair with thymine. That means purine and pyrimidine having hydrogen bonds between them. So make sure that you have to keep in your mind that G always pair with C having triple hydrogen bond and T always pair with A. T, GC. GC have triple bond, hydrogen bond between them, and AT have double hydrogen bond between them. So this is phosphate, sugar, nitrogenous base. This is called nucleotide. This is the basic unit of this polynucleotide DNA, or you can say polymer structure DNA. This is phosphate, yellow color structure phosphate, this is sugar, and this is cytosine. If we see this side, this is phosphate, this is sugar, this is guanine. So this one basic structure that maybe you can take from this side or this side, this is a nucleotide. If phosphate bond is not there, only sugar and nitrogenous base will be there, then it will call nucleoside. So nucleotide and nucleoside. So nucleotide is the basic unit of DNA, or you can say in RNA, and the type of bond that is present between two nucleotides, one nucleotide this and second nucleotide this is called phosphodiester bond. And if we talk about direction, this is 3' to 5' phosphodiester bond. Alright, in double helical structure, 3' end having a hydroxyl group, OH group, and 5' end having phosphate group. Alright, so this is sugar phosphate backbone, this is nitrogenous bases, colored structure that are stacked in between. Alright, and this is the basic unit. So what gives the stability to the double helical structure? Stability किसकी वजह से students? One is having phosphodiester bond between phosphate, sugar, phosphate and nitrogenous base, and other having a double helical hydrogen bond between the nitrogenous bases, and other one is base stacking. So these are some basic requirement that is used to make the DNA stable. And moreover, it have in the ribose sugar there is no OH present at the second prime. That's why it is called 2' deoxy. 2' deoxyribose sugar is present, that give more stability. In RNA, OH is present in second prime position of sugar. That's why that is catalytic in nature and not regarded as stable genetic material. RNA is present as a genetic material only in some viruses that do not have double helical structure, that have single structure. In case of prokaryotes, the RNA is having this DNA is having a circular structure. This is the eukaryotic DNA that have a linear structure. Alright, so now what is this diagram? In this diagram you can see this double helicals is going to open at the end. This is called replication fork. You all know when a cell have to divide, it have to replicate DNA to form new daughter DNA for new daughter cells. So for that, when DNA have to replicate, it will open at the end for replication in the S phase of the cell cycle, and these are new nitrogenous bases that will be added in the new daughter strand. Accordingly, A with T, G with C. This pairing will be occurs and new daughter DNA will be formed. So this is the basic structure of double helix structure. If we talk about student dimension or different types of helical DNA, so that is A DNA, B DNA, Z DNA. Most common type is B DNA, because A DNA is generally present in anhydrous condition like in spores and all, जहाँ पानी कम होता है, ठीक है, वाटर की scarcity है. If we talk about double helical structure, most common type of structure that is present in us, that is the having BDNA, and that have this each turn having 10 base pair, each turn having 10 base pair. If we talk about the distance between the base pair, that is 0.34 nanometer. If we talk about the diameter, so that may be up to 20 nanometer, like that. All right, so you can also understand this diagram here. This is 5' direction of DNA strand, this is 3' direction of one DNA strand, this is 3' and this is 5'. Opposite polarity will be there. At 5' end phosphate group will be there, at 3' end OH group will be there. A always pair with T having double bond, G always pair with C having triple hydrogen bond. And this is one nucleotide, phosphate, sugar and nitrogen. This is one nucleotide. And the distance between two and the bond between two nucleotides is called phosphodiester bond. So this is phosphodiester bond, 3' to 5' direction, and this is having hydrogen bond. Okay, so you can see here A always pair with T, G always pair with C. All right, and this is the double helical structure. Base pairs are stacked in each. Different type of DNA have different number in each turn. This is you can say major groove, this is minor groove. So different dimensional structures or different dimensional terms you can learn. So this is all about the double helical structure. This is the basic concept. All right, so this is all about DNA. Goodbye.